Assalamualaikum. My name is Ashraf bin Asmajaya. My metric number is 73362. I'm from Kuching, Sarawak, and I am a first year student in Mechanical Engineering and Manufacturing in Unimas. So in this video, I will be explaining about one example of the application of the principles of thermodynamics in our daily lives, specifically about the melting of ice that involves the first and second law of thermodynamics. But before I proceed, what is thermodynamics? What is this subject about? Thermodynamics is the science of energy. It is a branch of physics that deals with the relationship between heat and other forms of energy. It describes how heat can be converted to and from other forms of energy and how it affects matter. From that definition, we know that heat is the main component in this subject. We all know that heat is a form of energy that can be transferred between two objects due to their differences in temperatures, which can be measured either in the Celsius scale, which is in the SI unit system, or in the Fahrenheit scale, which is in the English system. As I said before, the two laws that are involved in the example that I'm using in this video is the first and second law of thermodynamics. What is the first law of thermodynamics? The first law of thermodynamics is basically an expression of the principle of conservation of energy, which states that energy cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transformed from one form to another, and the total energy in a system is constant. It asserts that energy is a thermodynamic property. Since heat is a form of energy, it means that heat energy cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transferred from one location to another and to and from other forms of energy. So thermodynamic processes are subjected to the principle of conservation of energy. Besides the first law of thermodynamics, there is also the second law of thermodynamics, which asserts that energy has quality as well as quantity, and actual processes occurs in the direction of decreasing quality of energy, which basically means that heat will naturally flow from a warmer place to a colder place. So that's my introduction in this video. Now I will be explaining more about how the first and second law of thermodynamics is applied in the melting of ice. Generally, in our daily lives, we would use ice cubes to cool our drinks on hot days. So what happens when we leave our drinks on the table for a period of time? What happens is that the ice cubes will start to melt as they will absorb the heat energy from the environment, causing their temperature to increase. And what happens when the temperature increases? When the temperature increases, the molecules of the water in the ice cube will gain more energy and they will move faster. The ice cubes will completely melt into liquid when sufficient heat is absorbed. The liquid, which was the former ice cubes, will reach the same temperature with the beverage itself when both of them have reached equilibrium. But both of the liquids as a system will continue to experience an increase of temperature due to the continuous flow of heat from the warm environment into the system. Both of the system and the environment will reach equilibrium when both of the temperatures are the same. So that's the whole process of the melting of the ice cubes in our beverages when we leave them exposed to the warm environment for a period of time. So how does the first and second law of thermodynamics play a role in that situation? You might be wondering. Well, the first law of thermodynamics can be observed when the ice cubes absorb the heat from the environment, causing them to change phase from the solid phase to the liquid phase completely when enough heat is absorbed by them. And then when the ice cubes are in the liquid form, the liquid itself and the rest of the liquid in the beverage will continue to experience an increase in temperature as they absorb the heat from the environment continuously until both the system and the environment reaches the same temperature, which means they have reached equilibrium. Now, we know that the first law of thermodynamics is related to the principle of conservation of energy. And in this situation, heat energy is not being destroyed or created, but it is transferred from one location to the other. And when enough heat is absorbed by the system, it will reach equilibrium with the surrounding, which means that the total amount of energy of that system is constant. So for the second law of thermodynamics, it can also be observed when the heat from the warm environment is being absorbed by the ice cubes and the system itself, which is the beverage. So as I stated before, the second law of thermodynamics states that heat transfer occurs spontaneously only from a higher temperature body to a lower temperature body, which means that heat will naturally flow from a warmer region to a cooler region. So in this example that I'm using, the warmer region is the atmosphere around the beverage, while the beverage itself, which contains the ice, is the much cooler region. So the heat will flow from the warmer region to the cooler region. So in general, if we bring a cold object and a warm object to contact, the colder object will get much warmer as the heat from the warmer object will flow to it. Even if they're not in contact, the cooler object will still get warmer, and it will not go in the other way around because heat from the environment will still flow to the colder object. So for example, even if we leave the ice on the table, it will still melt as the heat from the environment would still be absorbed by the ice cube until it melts. The ice cubes in the beverage will not get any colder as it will violate the second law of thermodynamics. Transferring heat from a cold object to a hot object is possible, but it requires an external energy source such as heat pump. But that's a different application. So from the situation of the melting of ice, the second law of thermodynamics is obeyed. Beverages as a system increases in temperature until it reaches thermal equilibrium with the surrounding atmosphere. And in that situation, the first and second law of thermodynamics are applied. But the first and second law of thermodynamics are not the only laws in this subject. Thermodynamics is a very complex and interesting subject in physics. The application areas of the principles of thermodynamics are wide, as it can range from our bodies to the appliances in our houses, such as the refrigerators, the air conditioning systems, our showers, and to a much more larger scale, which is in the engineering field, such as the design and analysis of automotive engines. So that's all from me. I hope the information that I've given in this video is clear enough for everyone. And I wish a good day to everyone, and I hope you all stay safe. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.